All right. So I think we're live. Not set up as usual. Let me share my screen. Hope everyone's doing okay today. I am not sure what I'm doing. Oh, I think I changed my scene, so hopefully what is going on? How's it going, Mr. Marco and Henry G? Good to see you. I am not sure what we're going to do today, so let's just open something and see where we're at. Let's go. I'm going to go back to the fixed blade and mess around with the scale. I'm going to try some surfacing stuff and see what I can do. All right. So here we have the scale. We did some shaping of it, but I want to try some different. Gonna delete some of these. How's it going, Clint? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. This is a pretty random, unplanned thing I'm going to do here. Okay, so there is that. So let's get rid of that. So I think what we want to do, I'm not sure if it's going to work. I'm going to modify these sketches. Not delete them. The way I did it was one way to do things, but I'm going to try something else here and see if it works. Did a little watching some surfacing tutorial, and well, we'll see if any of it sunk in. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensions on here just to make this sketch turn black, meaning that it's complete. I don't want length. I'm not sure how to. I'm going to get the radius. I'm not sure how to do that. So let's just exit out of there. So now, I don't know if I think I need to make these touch, or at least the planes. I think I need to make this longer. So we're going to try surfacing. We're going to try creating a surface and a boundary surface. This would be the direction. And it's not telling me what's wrong. So let's see what a swept surface does. If we sweep this along this path. Yeah, see, that might be a little more what I wanted to do. Now, there's got to be a way. Merge tangent faces. Let's just create this and see what happens. Okay, so it creates a separate. Now I wonder if we can trim the solid with this surface. And it should be a lot cleaner than that other one we did. And I used primarily the same curves. Hopefully this works. So I think we want a swept cut. But I don't. Let's fix that. So that was I think that was the problem. That sticks up a little too far. Guess I could just make this extrusion a little taller. Oop. I think I got that sketch attached to that somehow. Oh yeah, I got to get rid of that. So let's get rid of this. Yeah. Need to move that somehow. I don't know how to move the sketch. That's not the one we want to change. I don't know, I wonder if we can just move it. I don't think we can just move it. Where are we at? Let's just try to move the whole thing again. I'm not sure why it's bringing it down to this. I guess that. No, that's why. We move this one down here. Let's try that. See what happens. How's it going, Clint Crosby? Projectiles are sharp. Mr. Taggin, welcome all. Thanks for stopping by. Hit the like if you would. Hey, Gonzo. Everyone go subscribe to Gonzo. Let's get him up there. Get him some subscribers. Hey, Greg. Long time no see. Humidity. It's nice and cool here finally. It's been like in the upper 90s. Finally today it's like 80 something, I believe. Not even 80, 77 degrees out there, which is nice. Now, why did that happen? I guess we don't know what we're doing here, folks. Did I not hit? There it is. Try putting a dimension on here, maybe. Didn't turn black, so that's not good. Created the surface okay, but I'm going to have to look into why it's creating it beyond this plane even. Yeah, and look, it's not even. Let's just get rid of this sweep and do it again. So we still have these. Let's try creating that surface one more time. Let's try replacing the face. Target face for a replacement. We're going to replace this face. That's not the right command. So we'll try boundary surface. This profile on this boundary. This might work if we copy this. I think we need a start and an end. That's probably why this isn't working. So what was that other one we did? It's just an extruded surface. No. Oh, it was a swept surface. That's what it was. So we're going to sweep this along this path. No. There's probably a way to remove this, to split this solid in the same procedure. I just don't know what that is. So we'll just create this surface and be where we were before. Yeah, that looks a little better. Now let's go and see if we can boundary cut. Yeah, let's try this. Surface body is already selected. Is it? This isn't looking. This isn't right. So let's read the instructions here. Let's do boundary cut. What's it asking us? Select profiles. So the direction, I don't know. Here, the profile. That's the profile we want. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some reading on this, folks, but I wish this would work. That's much more what I want. Try cutting this. Let's try cutting this sweep profile on this path. It's not working. Cut with surface. What's that do? this is the cutting surface. Let's just see what that does. Oh, that's what we wanted. Now I don't know how to get rid of this. Is there a trim surface? Yeah, let's trim this surface. Trim tool. This. Trim surface. Move. What happens if we just delete the surface? Yeah, that didn't work. But I think you can see what I mean, that this is much more smoother than that first way we did it. I like this progress. I'm going to have to learn a little more so I can figure out how to trim this up now. We don't want that. So we want to trim this. Maybe. Trim surface. The trim tool. Yeah, those don't intersect. You might need to create a sketch. Maybe a 3D sketch. Anyone have any ideas? Let me know. Hey, Donnie, blessed nights. Good to see you. Howdy, Mr. Robin Down. Got a little bit of a pickle here. I was able to trim this solid with this surface, but I don't know how to get rid of the excess surface. I wonder if I can go back into the sweep. What's this? Direction 1, 2 direction, bi-directional. Let's go back to the surface cut. Maybe there's a cut with surface. No options. Let's just stick and cut too. Let's do this. There we go. So what did I just do? Thick and cut. Now we're cooking with gas. I can mess around with the thicknesses and so forth. Now I can add a fillet around there and it'll look much better than the last one did. Oh, I could actually go in here and change document properties. I think if you go to image quality, you can make this look a little better. File size increases in the red zone. Yeah, now it looks a little better. Probably change the material on here. Where do I have that? But I kind of like this carbon fiber look. Looks like I got rid of some counterbore dimensions. Yeah, I got it attached to that face, so I'll have to figure out how to fix that also. Or I could just get rid of those counterbores and add them back later. So just for the fun of it, let's save this and open up the assembly. Rebuild it so it brings in the new scales. Yeah, those are looking a little too chunky. Different materials on each side. That's all right. Let's go. Clean some of this up. Would have been better probably to just start fresh, but since we've already come this far, just do some extra cleanup. I wonder if there's any way. Probably going to run into that same problem I had before now that it's already created. If I go moving these sketches around, let's make this a little longer. Yeah, now we're getting all out of whack. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into how we control the depth and the thickness of that. Like I said, when I was doing this, need to add dimensions to shore that up and make it a valid sketch. I don't even know, did that even do it? Yeah, let's undo that. Let's just close this and not save it. Pretty sure I know what I need to do there. Yeah, I actually want it the smaller side on over here where your thumb would be, not up here. Maybe both. Have to do some tweaking. Get it thinner on this side and thicker on this side, I think. Make it more comfortable to hold. How's it going, Mick Ranger? Not sure if I said hi. I don't think I did. Thanks for stopping by. Robin Dallum, did I say hello to you? I believe I did. How's everyone doing today? I don't know. Is this look? Is everything? Is that full screen? Can you see that pretty well, everyone? I don't know why, but I used a different default, different scenes. I created a new scene in the EVMux software. Thanks, Greg. I wasn't sure because I didn't open. I usually open up YouTube to look at it and see, but I didn't do it this time. I'm going to get rid of these screws out of this and we'll revisit them. I don't know. Hopefully you don't hear that obnoxious bell sound like I do. Let's go try to fix that now. Let's save this assembly. Let's go back to the scale. Edit this sketch. I wasn't paying enough attention. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, you can see from this side, I have it wider down here and thinner, narrower up there. So let's try. Make it narrower down here. Yeah, some weird behavior there. Let's just get rid of this. Put a new one in there. Let's go with arcs instead. So this, and I think Shift key brings that up. We make them parallel. So those endpoints match on the horizontal. I can Pick this center point. Smart dimension. Yeah, let's see what happens here. I got a little carried away somewhere. I think I need to edit the other sketch also. I think it goes beyond that one, so it should be okay. I'm not sure why that's happening. Oh, I need to change that thickness. Cut thickness. There we go. Some reason, oh, it's because I got more of a curve down here. So, yeah, that's the problem. I can modify that to make it thinner down here, but I think I'll just go with this and put a big radius fillet down here. Let's take a look at that. So it won't save the mirror of the left-hand scale until I do a save. Yeah. I'm kind of happy with that. Milk Ranger. All right, so this might be a short one. Let's go look and see if we can figure out how to change this material. Material, edit material. Let's make this Zoltec Pan X33. Yeah, I think that's what I had on the other side. Carbon cloth actually looks better though, doesn't it? So let's change the right hand to carbon cloth. It doesn't matter. This is just a model, so it's not like that's what we're saying that the material is. So that looks better. Let's put some, let's isolate this. See how big a fillet we can get on there. Actually, let's save this assembly. Let's open up scale on its own. Actually, don't need to show this. Feature fillet. We'll add a fillet on here. This is a lot cleaner than it used to be. I don't know if I can do it this way, but we'll try it. Let's try a 0.1875. See if it works. Doesn't work. 0.05. I think we can get a little more in there. 0.1. There we go. Now, if you remember the old scale, this is much cleaner. And surfacing is a good thing to learn. So glad I did that. I'm going to keep working on the surfacing. Actually helping someone try to create a model of their knife. So I want to improve my skills to make it worthwhile. I don't know. I need to get my 3D printer set up and print this out. Print the whole assembly out and see how it feels in the hand. I probably won't print individual pieces. I'll probably print the whole thing as one solid just to get the overall feel of it. Thanks, McRanger. It's always good to improve, even if it's slow like me. But like I said, it didn't save the other side, so let's do a save. It's going to probably ask to rebuild. Here, now it fixed the right side, because the right side is just a mirror copy of this part. Yeah, now it looks a lot better. That actually, it looks like it might be comfortable in the hand, but I could be wrong. Because this is flat up here. I probably want a little bit of a curve up here and less down here maybe. So it fits in your palm a little better. But, I kind of want a flat top spine. Like I've said before, these are 1/4 inch marks. So you could actually use the spine to do some measuring up to like 4 inches or whatever. 3.5. I might get rid of this. I don't know. This isn't really a camp knife, but I guess it could be. This is more of a utility knife. It won't hurt to leave it there, but I think it would look better without it. I don't know. What's everyone else think? Leave this in there or get rid of it? That's for a ferro rod. If you were like, use this for fire starting, the ferro rod would fit in here and you get more surface area on it. Actually, it might work good also for pinch grip. Now that I think about it, maybe. Actually, pinch grip, you might want to put your index finger up here and then your thumb and middle finger pinching the blade. So you get, it's a pretty short blade though, so you might not need to choke up that much to do a detail tip cutting. This is one thing I wanted to change on the blade. Did I change that? I don't think I did. I'm going to make that smaller. Someone was telling me about a millimeter you want to leave on there. It probably depends on the steel, so before I would have this, an attempt to have this made, I would talk to. Well, I probably wouldn't have the bevels machined in anyway, though, so I just do a side water jet cutout of this and then have someone grind in the bevels, the primary and the secondary bevel. Well, the primary bevel until heat treat and then the secondary bevel. But everything else, all these features will just be already water jetted or laser cut into the material. These, I wonder what, there's probably good enough 3D print materials that you could actually just 3D print these if you're just doing a few knives, or 3D print a negative mold and have a mold created to pour these out of some kind of plastic or something. I don't know. If I were sending this to a custom maker, I'd probably just have them grind the scales, but I could send them 3D models or a complete 3D model just so they see. Probably never get it perfect hand grinding, but those guys are pretty good at making them even anyway, symmetric. And since most people won't like this because I got a normal size handle and a short blade, so no one's going to accuse me of copying from them for this. If they want to copy and go and get this into production, I'm fine with that. Credit would be nice, but this is just for fun, for learning the software. In case anyone's wondering, this is SolidWorks for makers. You can buy this, a year license of it for $48. And it's SolidWorks for makers. You can get either a PC downloadable version or you can get the cloud version so that you could actually work on this from an iPad or a tablet, and all of the processing is done in the cloud on the server. And even if you get this PC version, you could save this to the server also. Save to 3D experience. You get server access. Yeah, see, it shows the cloud there. But I just want it all on my PC. I don't want to rely on a cloud. Since I'm not really doing anything for production, I'm not worried about anyone stealing it or anything like that. But one thing I do want to show you, and I don't know if I'm going to do it since I was able to make this work, but this is exercise I was showing to Loot Loot 10 Tex. Everyone subscribe to him. He is a knife designer. Mark Perez has a couple sweet designs already in production. But this is an exercise I found on YouTube. This is actually from CAD Exchange, or I forget the name of it. I'm going to look it up real quick here on the internet. Blueprint, GrabCAD. If you go to GrabCAD, like if you were a 3D printer, you can go to GrabCAD and get these. You can get this already modeled up, but I just snagged the drawing off of there. And there's I believe, Indian or Pakistani guy on YouTube that shows step by step how to create this. And that's what got me thinking that I need to learn a little more about surfacing. And you can see that, well, you can't really see it, but this is one sketch, just this line is the profile sketch that he used to project these little sketches to make a big fat solid. And then it just had to make these arcs wide enough. You wanted it to be wider than this. These section marks show this sketch is at this section. This sketch is at this section, so on and so forth. And then you do an outline sketch. So when you extract it, you extract those profiles and you make it wider, and then you just cut that. It's like this wide, and then you cut it with this sketch. And it's pretty neat. I mean, you never really think about it, you know what I mean? But it looks complicated for people that aren't into CAD at all, and it just looks complicated to me because, like I said before, I am a wire designer, so wire harnesses are a lot simpler than all this surfacing. But these dimensions all make sense when you see it all put together like this. So if you're learning CAD, if you get SolidWorks or even have a different one, you go look for tutorials on YouTube, and someone out there will show you how to create anything. And I just used what I learned from this. I watched it twice and used what I learned. I might have watched it 3 or 4 times. No, twice, 3 times maybe. But that's what I just did. I used what I learned from this to do this. And if I go back and pay more attention, I'll do it even better. But I'm okay with this. I think I will shorten this belly up a little bit, just a little bit. And that will make it so I can make it a little thinner on the bottom, just a little bit. But the reason it's not thin is because the sketch I used to do this profile, the apex of it is right about here. So, it's like just to be able to go beyond this point. So if I shorten this point up, I can bring this down and make it a little narrower right here at this point, which I think would be more comfortable. So might be able to use a pen on my laptop because it's touch screen. What exactly are you talking about? Oh, pen. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably. But one thing that I found is pretty neat, and I can't show you the knife because I don't own it, the design, but someone gave me a sketch. And it was a profile sketch, top sketch, and an end sketch, basically. Maybe in a 3D just to show it. And what I did was you can import a sketch image into here. So I imported like it was like a photocopy of an actual hand sketch, imported it in here, and then he had dimensioned it, which is really nice. So you can shrink the image and expand it until the dimension on the drawing matches the dimension in 3D or 2D. well, on a 2D plane, but in 3D. So then once I had that background image in there, I just created my sketch following the, just pretty much tracing over top of his sketch. So my overall shape is exactly like his. Now there were some dimensions that weren't on there. They were very thorough, but some dimensions weren't on there, so I had to guess. And you'll have a little give and take. If one person has a design in mind, you can try to match it, but there are some things that people, if they're not designing it themselves in CAD, there are some things that aren't quite realistic. Oh, that material looks weird since I increased the image quality. It's kind of neat. Let's see what's the material do we have on the blade. Material edit. I think I just used some alloy steel. Now I don't know what kind of stainless is closest to like what other kind of. These are just basics. I think you can download more exact steels, but like if we apply this, what's it look like? That's a little plainer looking. Where's the? I think there's like a chrome look, chrome stainless steel, and it just looks, shinier. I could set the lighting and probably make this look a lot better, but you can see it looks kind of reflective. It's kind of neat, but let's just make this galvanized. Look at that. Fancy. Plain carbon steel. I really need to learn how to manipulate the lighting, the background lighting in here. Alloy steel, stainless steel. This looks most neutral. I'm going to leave it that for now. Doesn't get the neat shadows, but that's all right. It makes it much more visible. So I think I'm going to end here. We went an hour. Not sure who's streaming. If anyone wants to post links, please do. Thanks everyone for stopping by. I appreciate it. Maybe next Thursday. Monday I'll do some more CAD. I'll try to figure out some stuff. Maybe work on the folder. I'm not sure if I work on the folder or this. I'm at a point with this that I'd kind of like to make it a real thing, or at least get close to a real design. And I'm going to dig out my 3D printer that I never set up and have owned for a year or so. I'd like to print this out just to see, because then I'll know where I want to recontour it or not. Hey, Alcap Addict, thanks for stopping by. Thanks everyone for coming in. Like and subscribe. When you leave the house, put on some of my videos on autoplay to let your dogs watch them and my view hours go up. Or maybe not dog. Don't punish your pets. That's just a joke. If you don't have pets, leave it playing. You can turn the volume off, hit mute, let the video play. Do that for everyone else. Go subscribe to Gonzo. He'll be doing a giveaway at 1,500 subscribers, and sometimes the subscriber count goes up and down, so we need to get him firmly over 1,500. And thanks all. I'll see you on the internet on someone else's stream soon. Talk to you all later.